which
So
is
I guess is this going to be WWE or NXT? Anything NXT? See if you see NXT, and the WWE will be last.
aren't they
All
all
right,
the
let's see
same?
NXT. All right. Well, I got some news for you, Trev. So Keith Lee
Drop the title?
relinquished his he got rid of the North American title. He relinquished it.
Why?
He's the NXT champion, of course.
Why would you do that?
He wants people to get the title as well. But he's the NXT heavyweight champion still. He's got rid of the North American title. So they had a tournament.
But the question is why?
And I don't know.
That's the real question.
But he's a good wrestler, and I see him a champion in the future, Keith Lee. If it's Adam Cole, I don't think he would have got rid of it, would he? He would have kept two of those to be selfish, right?
Yeah. Is William Regal leaving NXT?
What's this all about, leaving NXT? What do you mean by that?
William Regal has been the general manager of NXT since July 2014. But recent tweets has fans worried that he's on his way out the door. WWE announced on Monday that the former Intercontinental Champion, King of the Ring, had a major announcement planned for this week's episode. And when he popped up on Twitter on Wednesday, he seemed to hint that he'd be moving on from his role. Regal wrote, "Serving as a general manager or hashtag WWE NXT has been an incredible honor. To see the men and women of this brand over the last couple months has been inspiring and invigorating. Tonight's major announcement will be yet another step forward for NXT." What did you say? Uh-oh.
That's not good.
I don't think he's actually gonna do it.
I don't know. He'll probably stay knowing him. Well, he lives in the UK, doesn't he? William Regal?
I'm not sure. Probably not.
Let's see. What else do we have over here? Karrion Kross reveals. He actually revealed which. Oh, wait. This is a week ago. Never mind. Ignore that, Mike. Edit that out. I'll have Chris Jericho calling you a stupid idiot video. All right. Let's look at some more here. For NXT. So I was watching NXT, and apparently named Mercedes Martinez. I want to make sure what their name is so I don't get the name wrong. You don't watch NXT, right?
No.
Or you do?
No.
I mean, it's not that bad. Some matches are good. Some are stupid.
It's hard. It's hard to watch. It's hard to watch it with no crowd.
Let me make sure her name's right. I'm gonna edit this out, even though I'm scratching my nose. I'm trying to find her name so I get the name right and don't fuck everything up. Hold on, we're looking it up. Why the fuck is it not on here? I'm getting pissed here. I'm just gonna type in her name if she's actually a wrestler. Mercedes Martinez. Okay, all right, here we go. So when I was watching NXT, apparently Mercedes Martinez has joined the Robert Stone brand. She said, "Robert Stone, if you get in my face or screwing me over, I will beat your ass up so bad." Robert Stone shook his hand that he's plowed it, but I bet you in the future one day he'll get his butt kicked one day by her. I mean, he gets ran over all the time by Shotzi Blackheart. I like Shotzi Blackheart. She's a good wrestler.
I love her. I love AK Robbie Lee. He's hilarious.
Who?
It's Robbie E from.
Robbie who?
That's who that guy is. Robbie E from NXT, or not NXT, but Impact.
Impact, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he was the doofus guy back then that tagged up with that other guy. I forgot his name.
Like they had Jersey Shore type thing.
Yeah. So he's not meant to be a wrestler, is he, Robbie?
Yeah.
But Shotzi Blackheart, man, she's a good wrestler. She used to be an Impact also. Shotzi back then.
Dude, I got
Karrion Kross on NXT beat the hell out of Donovan Dijakovic. I think Dijakovic's going to Raw or SmackDown. I'm not sure.
Wow.
He got choked out by Karrion Kross.
Oh.
Karrion Kross hint he's going after Keith Lee for the NXT Championship. And anything left for NXT news? Shit, man, not a lot of news. It's just depressing. But you already talked about William Regal saying he might leave, or we don't know what's going on.
I think we should go on to the next segment because I got some good. There's lots of news there.
Okay, so as Goldberg would say,
you're next.
Okay.
Segment.
So, Trev, I guess you said you have some important news. Is it WWE related news?
It's about Sarah Logan. And
Sarah Logan? Okay.
And she reveals gender and name of her baby. Apparently she was pregnant.
Oh. Nice. What's her baby going to be named? Viking Bro?
Well, it's a baby.
Don't take offense to this, guys, but they like their team called the Viking Raiders. It's just a joke, okay? People don't take the jokes seriously, okay? It's a joke. I'm being funny, okay? If anyone's watching.
AKA Clown Kebab. Right? Is that who you're going for?
I'll let you call him out. I'm just saying if anyone's watching, because I'm just trying to make sure, that we're cool and stuff with people. Because I'm a nice guy in real life. People are like, oh, I love Mike. You're nice.
No.
You're not like the people you talk about online. I know I'm not.
If we have a right to our own opinions, we can have our right to joke about stuff. You just don't.
Everyone can joke.
You don't need to watch our content if you don't like it. There.
No, you don't. All right. So, what's the baby's? What do you think about naming the baby?
Well, it's a baby boy.
Okay.
And it will be named Raymond Cash Rowe.
Cool name.
Yeah.
You know why I said Viking to be funny? Apparently Russell Wilson, he had a kid today. He had a baby. You know what he named his son? I know Russell Wilson is not wrestling news, but I'm just saying,
Yeah, I
his
heard.
Son's name. Do you know what his son's name is?
No.
Win, no joke. W-I-N, Win, Harrison Wilson.
Nah.
Because he likes to win. That's a good name.
Yeah.
So don't take offense to this clown cabal that Trev doesn't like. You don't believe me? Take a look on Twitter. That's the kid's name for real. No joke. And it's not offensive.
WWE drops new Nation of Domination.
Oh boy!
I wonder who that could be.
Guess. Ron Simmons, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and MVP. Am I right?
Wait, Ron Simmons? He's still around?
He's actually on Raw talking to him backstage.
Oh.
Giving him a fist bump and stuff.
Did not know that. Naomi dresses Booker T's recent comments about her. Let's see what that's all about. Earlier this week, Naomi issued a quick response to Booker for some of his comments he made on his podcast. It started when he brought up the "Give Mooney a Chance" hashtag that was trending last Friday night on after Naomi was booked to lose to Lacey Evans on SmackDown. Oh, you'll know this will get heat because we're just talking about it.
Go ahead and talk about it. Just call out the guy that calls you out, okay? I'll let you. You have my permission if you want.
On Friday,
Call him out.
He can rewind the video if he wants. Rewatch it. I'm not gonna say his name again.
Okay.
I'm gonna make him work for it.
There you go.
On Friday, she addressed his comments in a statement posted on her official Twitter account. She also attached a screenshot of what he had to say. She wrote, "I don't feel this way, nor would I ever say something like this, though I felt my work ethic and what I have learned on my own merit was dismissed. The advice and constructive criticism was greatly appreciated and will be applied, especially coming from Booker T. I'll continue to strive and improve." That wasn't that bad. I thought it was gonna be something worse.
Oh. You got any more for that part? I got some news also.
You got some stuff? You go ahead.
Oh, guys, I got some news. I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Yeah, I'm a Bad News Bear fan as well. WWE SummerSlam no longer taking place in Boston due to the coronavirus pandemic.
Oh, I wonder.
WWE issued the following press release announcing that their biggest event of the summer, SummerSlam, will no longer be taking place from the Garden in Boston due to the coronavirus pandemic. Details are below. In coordination with our local partners, government officials, and the Garden, WWE's TD Garden, WWE SummerSlam, and related events will no longer take place in Boston. Funds are available at the original point of the purchase. We are grateful to the city of Boston for their long-standing partnership and look forward to holding WWE events at TD Garden in the future. SummerSlam will stream live on Sunday, August 23rd at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on WWE Network, and information regarding a new location for the event is forthcoming, which means it's going to more likely be at the Performance Center, right?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
So I have some news about our lovely New Day.
Let's hear about it.
Kofi Kingston has announced he would be out for 6 weeks with an injury on SmackDown.
Oh.
So,
injury, is it real?
I don't know, but that's a push for Big E's single run.
Heck, that's what he could do. Have Big E win the title, bring Kofi back, turn him heel, and Kofi versus heel Kofi versus babyface Big E, but they're not going to do that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they're not going to turn him anyone heel.
Probably not.
That'd be a good way for Kofi to get the title back if he's a heel.
Yeah.
Well, I got something here. Hold on, let me look at this. Well, actually, it's a former wrestler. If you want me to read about it, It's a former wrestler, former WWE superstar.
Sure,
you want to tell you?
Sure.
I can work for WWE News, right?
Yeah.
All right. Former WWE star Muhammad Hassan talks about his character, a
Oh,
graphic
oh yeah.
novel, and more.
I
Unless you want to read it.
I know about it.
You know anything about
You go.
what?
I know all about it. So I watched the podcast he was on.
He says, "Hey Raja, this is the Raja.com. This is no criticism, okay? This is what he said. You don't believe me out there, people in the comments, watch on Raja.com. This is where I found this comment, or listen to the podcast. Hope you're doing great. I wanted to pass along my interview with Muhammad Hassan, then I just posted to my YouTube channel and my podcast, The Chris Van Vliet Show. Well, I've seen him a couple times. He's not that bad. In his first in-depth interview in years. So there's a lot of really interesting topics that we have covered. Also, the graphic novel that he created with Shad Gaspard, may he rest in peace, good wrestler, part of the Prime Time. Love that tag team. They're pretty funny. It's too bad they didn't win the tag team titles. They should have.
Yeah.
Called Assassin and Son. It is available now through scoutcomics.com with all of the proceeds going to Chad's family. Oh, it's very nice of Muhammad Hassan to do that. He said, I didn't get over wrestling until probably 10 years later. I didn't get over wrestling until I got back in the ring a few years ago. And I remember people asking me questions about why I did that. They thought it was some planned thing, like I was going to go back to WWE. No, I think I was 38. I needed to see if I could still do it. And I did it. And it was actually fun. I had a blast, and I'm like, never doing this again. I just needed to do it. And that's when I started to get over wrestling, and that's when I think I started to mend. It was a huge loss, and it was a huge heartbreak. I think it took me a long time, and then I started a couple of years ago to do a few interviews here and there. I really hadn't done much since. I guess I started to stop avoiding it because of how it made me feel. The thought of failure and everything that happened from the character, I was always proud of it. But now I don't feel that when I talk about or think about wrestling. If the London, okay, I don't want to read, but does he think he could still play a character like this in 2020? I don't think I could. I know there's been some different versions of the character, but I don't think I could, and I don't think the character could be done the way it was done 15 years ago. I think it was insensitive. It became very insensitive towards Muslim Americans and Arab American people. The way that the character changed from being this Arab American who was upset at the unjust treatment of his people to a more radicalized Muslim and Arab young man who was lashing out violently. I don't think that would be appropriate at this time. I don't think that would be fair to portray any Arab American or Muslim American in that way. So I don't think the character would work in the capacity anymore. Some version of it maybe, but not that version. The genuine fear that the character caused for people. What was this? 2004. We were just a few years removed from 9/11. I remember a few instances when I was one. I remember was San Francisco. I can't remember the name of the hotel. Sean Davari and I were on the path walking from the parking lot to the hotel entrance, and a lady was walking towards us, and we had the full gimmick on and the glasses and my suit and 230 pounds at that time. So we looked intimidating. She took her daughter off the path and walked like 5 feet away. I mean, there was plenty of room for us on that path, but she was scared. And one time we were on the plane, Sean and I, and we were sitting towards the front, and I think it might have been Shelton. Somebody came up towards us, the back of the plane. People were calling their families to tell them that they loved them. So there were times when there were people who were really frightened, and honestly, it made playing the character pretty easy. Why his character was so over as a heel, I wouldn't say one of the greatest heels of all time. There were a lot of better heels than me, maybe on a relative basis. For 7 months, I was in WWE, but I also had a great gimmick. I was pushed to the moon. I worked with some incredible veterans who wanted me to succeed, wanted me to do well because they wanted to make money with me. So I was very fortunate for the position. I'll edit that out. God, scratchy nose. Because they wanted to make money with me, so I was fortunate for the position that I was put in. I was with Sean Davari, who was great. Sean was a heat magnet. I would not have got the heat I got without Sean. And I think that's why the character did so well. But that's 7 months because it was a character that people love to hate. It was genuine hate and genuine hate. And that's pretty much about Muhammad Hassan's character. Any more news for you? I'm still looking right now.
I'm not saying anything worthy of news.
Ah, crap. I could have talked about M. Cole. It's okay. It's nothing important. Let's see. And I see something about
WWE employee announces he has tested positive for COVID-19.
Hey, you know one thing that my friends were telling me that the news said? Guess what's happening this year? Because of COVID-19, kids are banned from trick-or-treating this year on Halloween. What do you think of that?
What was that?
Kids are going to not be able to trick-or-treat on Halloween this year. What do you think of that?
That's stupid.
All I predict is a lot of people in elections are going to lose in November because of this pandemic, right?
There's one person in mind.
All right. So what news do you have about that person has a COVID-19?
It's actually not news. Sorry. It wasn't. He wasn't in WWE apparently.
I'll have to edit that out. Damn it.
It was clickbait.
Well, I got another news. Amy DeMoss, aka Lita, explains what it would take for her to make a return for one more match. She appeared on a guest on the latest installment of the official WWE podcast After the Bell with Corey Graves. God, I haven't heard that in a long time, that show. I've been listening to it. For an in-depth interview, Lita reflected back on being a trailblazer who, along with Trish Stratus, is responsible for opening a lot of doors for female superstars in WWE. It's so crazy now being able to see where we went, Lita told Graves. I can see how it is a rung on that ladder, but at the time I didn't feel how important that was to the future of women's wrestling. Additionally, the women's wrestling legend touched on the vibe in the current wrestling. God damn it, itchy nose. I hate this. I gotta trim my nose hairs. I'll restart again. Additionally, the women's wrestling legend touched on the vibe in the current women's locker room, behind the scenes in WWE, and what she feels the future has in store for the women's revolution WWE. And I heard the rumors they may have another evolution. Did you actually like the evolution they had last year?
No.
Or 2 years ago?
Not really.
I think it's 2 years ago, right? The interview was featured in an obligatory question every pro wrestling legend gets asked after they end their active careers in the business, which of the course is whether or not she would consider returning to WWE for one more match. I'm down, Lita, at 45, told Graves when asked about whether or not she would even consider the option at this point in her life. I'm down like I can't say that if I was never in the ring again, then something was missing for me. I think that it would be a fun opportunity and like a good short-term goal and something to add to the resume. Restart. Edit it out, Mike. Lita continued showing the modest and humble side of her personality by sharing her belief that the talent level in the women's division in WWE right now is such that the company doesn't need her. She also noted that everything would have to line up in organic, unforced fashion for her to consider returning to the ring in her mid-40s, while several years in her in-ring retirement. But you guys don't need me, she said. Like everybody's doing awesome there, so I can just get by watching how awesome everyone is doing. If the stars align, I could be down, the WWE legend concluded. And that's pretty much it for the Corey Graves podcast that she did. Anything left to end it with a main event?
So Rey Mysterio's eye match was toned down, so it was pre-recorded.
Oh,
And
figures.
Vince didn't like he thought the original was too gruesome, and
I would have
toned it down.
You think Vince was smart to do that?
I'm gonna watch the video.
What?
Never mind. And apparently, Seth Rollins didn't know what the visual effect was going to be. And he actually got sick to his stomach.
He really threw up? That was not fake?
Nope.
Oh my god. Wow, Rollins got sick. For real. I thought that was fake, didn't you?
Oh no, I wasn't really paying attention.
Anything more about Rey Mysterio? Oh, I think WWE's trying to re-sign him. I know that.
Ah.
But one thing I want to criticize in that match, he still has one eye, dude. Because what I saw Rey Mysterio do in that match, he ripped off that thing that had a eye patch on there, and then Rollins just put his eye right there. That made no sense right there.
It was so fake.
Incredibly fucking fake. But I think it's funny that Rollins lost his dinner after that.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny. I'm glad Vince made it at the end because, yeah, I saw an eyeball sticking out, but Vince probably just gave, like, Rey Mysterio a fake eyeball to hold it, pretend it's an eyeball, right?
Oh, I don't know. He
said
they said it was pre-recorded, so it was not live.
Oh. The only thing that was live was part of the actual match, right?
Yeah.
Everything was all recorded.
Probably was all recorded. Let's be honest.
And let's give our scoops of a pay-per-view and we'll end this. Okay, so I thought the tag team match was pretty good. I did tell you Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh, we never did that. If I would have predicted, I would have went with Nakamura and Cesaro for the tag team titles. And who did you say New Day would win?
Yeah, I'd probably picked New Day.
I said Nakamura and I got it right. But I think we both got the... I don't think Sasha's the champion at all. Did you see that Sasha match?
Yeah, I don't think she's the champion. Well, I guess we'll see in 10 minutes. Aren't you watching it tonight?
Yeah, I'll watch it later. I gotta go live in about an hour and eat myself some dinner once we get off with the podcast. But
yeah, so we probably should wrap it up pretty soon.
Yeah, this is the main event right here. I was going over the pay-per-view and then we're done. But the match is Nikki Cross getting fucked over in that match. I'm glad I said Bayley would win.
Yeah.
What other matches were there? Apollo Crews and MVP. You want to know why Apollo Crews is not there? You can tell people why he wasn't there. We'll tell you the truth, everybody. We tell you the truth, what we hear.
I don't know why he wasn't there, to be honest.
He tested positive on COVID-19.
Oh.
And so they're pretending that MVP is the champion.
Oh, and guess who came back Monday night?
Who came back?
Mustafa Ali. I forgot.
Ali's back too.
We forgot to say that.
And the match didn't happen at the pay-per-view. Sadly, Big Show got punned in the skull by Orton. But for show. They'll probably make another season to a Big Show later on, right?
Yeah, probably. So.
But McIntyre and Ziggler.
I liked that match.
It was a pretty good match. What?
I liked it.
No, it was a good match for Ziggler because he got to use all McIntyre. Beat him at the end. He tried to go for a super kick and got a Claymore right to the face. 1, 2, 3. McIntyre retained it. And let's go over the main event. Oh no, we already talked about Asuka. We already talked about that. So let's go over the main event. Who won? That's the question. Who won that match? Did the Fiend win? Or was it no contest?
On the Braun Strowman?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was... I got so confused during that, to be honest.
Did you watch the whole match?
Yeah. I was just really confused.
I saw Pretend Alligator. It got very confusing.
So, I don't know what was going on in that match.
But at the end, when Strowman went in the water turned red like blood or lava. No, like blood. And the Fiend came out. Yeah. I'm like, what? That's supposed to be Swamp White, not Fiend, not the Fiend. But this is what I think was going to happen. I think at SummerSlam, the Fiend's going to take the title off of Strowman. You think so?
Probably. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Oh, and Roman Reigns is looking ripped. Training.
Yeah. He's not wrestling.
You got anything else? You got any more news for W?
No, I thought we were done with the news.
All right, well, that's it for the wrestling news. Oh, wait, okay, restart. Oh, that's it for the wrestling news. I am your host, Mike, and like I say, join us next time our next wrestling. We'll give you more wrestling news that we like to see, brother. And like I say, it's all about the wrestling, brother. Ooh, yeah, dig it. Time to do a Slim Jim.
Woo! I said the woo.
You gotta do your ending too, right?
Yeah. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I'm your host, Trevcore, and there's my friend Mike. And we will see you on the Flippity Flop.
You already did your woo at the end, right? Yeah, you did. I saw you say it.